talking about, you goof? He was chewing on it.
And I refilled.
Winston. My parents are adding a second floor to their house. It's so strange seeing the house that I grew up in, my childhood home, be completely renovated into something entirely different. It's really cool. Right now it's looking like absolute chaos. We're all kind of sleeping all over the place. Winston and I recently went viral on TikTok, and that made me go up about 40,000 followers. Lately I've been really obsessed with these like sugar-coated waffles. I don't know what it is about them, but they are delicious. This is such a nostalgic moment for me. This reminds me of, when I was younger and I was posting on YouTube a lot and really just trying to create content, living back home and commuting to the city, because that's exactly what I'm doing again. A lot has changed in the last year since I've made a YouTube video. Some good, some bad, some in between, and a whole lot of uncertainty. The reason I'm back here is not because I really wanted to, it's because Kelly and I were kind of forced out of New York City. Forced in the sense that the apartment that we stayed in increased our rent by $1,200. Obviously, New York City is already expensive, so if you increase the rent of a 520 square foot apartment by $1,200, it just does not make sense. So Kelly and I decided to try to do the financially responsible thing, which was go back to our respective homes for a couple months, save some money, and try to figure out what the next move is, whether it were to be to stay in New York or to go somewhere else. The most upsetting thing of this entire situation is obviously being separated from the little family that Kelly and I have built with me, her, and Winston. Winston! This is one of my favorite pictures of Winston. This is when we were taking him to the dog park, and this dog is so full of happiness. It's insane. I've never met a dog that showed his emotions as much as Winston. Tell me this is not the cutest picture you've ever seen. Like, this was Winston's first birthday.
Oh, big.
He turned 1 year old. This one right here was our last day in New York City. I took him to the Battery City Park. It was his favorite park to go to. God, this is so sad. I feel like, I'm not gonna say it, but Winston's still here. He's just in Massachusetts. I am in New York. Kelly has the luxury of kind of being able to work wherever she wants. She works entirely remotely. I obviously don't have that luxury. Commuting to the city, back and forth, I felt like it was kind of hard to manage 3 dogs for my parents if I wasn't going to entirely be around. But luckily my schedule is clearing up in a little bit, and in a couple weeks I'm going to go pick up Winston, and he's going to stay with me for the remainder of the time that we stay back home, because we're planning to move soon. So this stuff is incredible. It's the best moisturizer I've used thus far. I guess I should talk about career-wise as well, stuff that's been going on. Something I used to talk about a lot on my channel was just trying to make it as an actor, career-wise, all that stuff. I'm still doing it. I'm still modeling, still pursuing this acting career. Over the course of the last year, I kind of took a step back from filmmaking and writing and doing all these things, which I loved. It was a big hobby of mine, and I used it as an escape in many ways. I think the stress of living in New York kind of made me focus on my career a little more. And basically that's what I did. I focused entirely on my career. I shot this show, Welcome to Hope, back in like 2021, 2020. And it was like a one-off role, like I was in one episode, like super small. But then I got promoted for the second season to a series regular, and I was in every single episode of the second season.
I'm really worried about Mom. She'll snap out of it. It's been over a week, Josh. She'll be fine. And if she isn't, she'll be fine. She has to. I don't know how to take care of her. Neither do I. That's why you called Lydia, right? I don't know if she'll ever help us either.
That was a massive accomplishment for me, and that kind of validated me as an actor in a sense. Not to be kind of like I don't know, I don't know, I'm not trying to come off like any type of way, but the validation and the strength to keep pursuing this career, you know what I mean? Because there was a network, there was a director, there was a whole team that believed in my ability to do what I had to do. Modeling wise, before we moved into this apartment, I was kind of like stagnant with my clients. Like I had my regular clients, but I wasn't really booking anyone new. And then I got this call in like November, December from my agent. Shout out to Melvin, you're a superstar, man. He's not even gonna watch this, he doesn't watch my videos. And they were like, hey, this client Bugatti wants to bring you down to Florida and they want to shoot some ecom. After trials and tribulations, a little bit of a mix-up that happened in December, I ended up going back in January for my birthday, and I ended up shooting not only their ecom, but their fall campaign, and then I also shot their spring campaign in February at the sickest studio I ever worked in. It was incredible. One of the really cool things about this studio was they shot parts of The Mandalorian there because it was like this new innovative green screen technology. Unreal. And then from there, we just kept going. I continued to audition. I auditioned for a lot of really cool things. I ended up booking like my first TV thing. Like I was on national television for this show, Evil Lives Here. That also gave me another sense of like validation that I needed. And I'm not talking validation like, oh, everyone needs to like praise me. No, it was like a sense of confidence that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm pursuing the right path. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. This is so exposed, but I think it makes it look a little dramatic. I kind of dig it. And then something that was a little sad, but totally understandable. Like these things happen. I auditioned and I had a callback for this. Like it would have been so sick, but then there was, let me not get too much into it, but basically something that would have been really cool ended up not panning out. And that's the trajectory of life. You got highs, you got lows. Finding the balance in the middle is one of the most important things, right? I think that's important. At least that's the way I try to view these things. This is the couch I've been sleeping on. It's something, it's a little crowded. We've got clothes all over the place. Those aren't mine, that's my family's. But we have clothes all back there. This is my little arc of privacy. It's not too private, obviously, because over there is my mom's workspace. We decided LA is probably going to be the right move for me career-wise. Obviously trying to make it as an actor and having a little momentum lately. It makes me feel super cringy inside because I'm following the traditional stereotypical path of going to California to be an actor. I feel really uncomfortable telling people that, but I want to be an actor more than I want to do literally anything with my life. And I've had some good momentum in New York, and I just think it's the right thing to do. Also, I'm still young. I don't want to be like 35 trying to make it as an actor and just moving out to LA and like, let me see what happens when I should be having a whole ass family. You know what I mean? And then there's this girl. This girl is the most supportive person I have in my life. Yes, she has a fully remote job and she can kind of really do anything, but she's choosing to come to California with me. She is the inspiration, truthfully, behind going to California because it was her idea and it wasn't a selfish idea. She is kind of telling me this is the right move for you to do. She's not wrong, right? When you're looking for a partner, when you're looking for someone that you want to be with, it's a partner, it's a teammate, it's someone that's in your corner that's gonna support you through highs and lows and kind of always steer you in the right direction unbiasedly. This one just cracks me up. I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I haven't made a video in a long time and felt really uncomfortable making a video. I probably came off very unnatural, which I hope it wasn't too unbearable. I'm excited for the things that are coming up in life. I'm excited for the next chapter. I'm excited to start making videos again. I'm excited to kind of get back into the realm of hobbies because we all need to focus on our hobbies to unwind a little bit. And making videos and creating content and writing and doing all these things was always one of my favorite hobbies. Feels good to be back.